So I did the poll, and most people were thinking to change it. Not the channel name, just the greeting at the beginning of each of my videos. Last I checked, most people voted for Welcome to Zion. You know what? I don't even know. I can't remember. I think it was Welcome to Zion, but many more people um, in the comments said just keep it the same. I'm not going to keep it the same. I think I'm just going to do this. Welcome to Christian Homestead. My name is Jared. That's going to be the new greeting. So a lot of you were like, no, just keep the brand the same. And I don't really think of it in terms of like brands per se. I don't know. Maybe I should, but I think we'll do that. We'll just do Welcome to Christian Homestead. My name is Jared. So let's see. We got Tyler Cragen here from The Greatest Cause. Make sure to subscribe to him. He says, "Hey, Jared." David Swenson says, "New Jerusalem." So the thumbnail picture that was from tonight. My kids went to their first youth stake activity at the Independence Visitor Center, and it was really surreal. It was really cool. I just want to talk about my experience. Now that we're here, I mean, it's only been a very short while, but I want to give you guys my initial impressions and just talk about moving, show you the house really quick. So nothing too serious. Amy Lyria says hello. Hi, Amy, and hi, everybody else. Make sure to let me know you're here and where you're from. So, oh my gosh, that move. It was good. The move went pretty well, but moves are always stressful. This is the shortest move that we've done in a long time because, you know, Jenica and I, our last moves have been, so it's like we went from Utah to Phoenix, Phoenix to Central Texas back to Phoenix, Phoenix to near Wichita. All of those, of course, are over 10-hour drives. And then this one was just 4 hours. So it was, I think everything that could go right did go right. It was really good. So Jojo Lulu says, have you sold your other home? No, not yet. It's going to be on the market pretty soon here. Um, there's actually somebody that went and toured it today. So, and I don't know. We're still at the very beginning of that process. So, um, anyway, everything feels so good here. It really does. On a lot of different levels. Like spiritually, it feels good just because, this is Independence, Missouri. It's a significant place um, in church history and also the future of the church. It's going to be the site of the New Jerusalem. Am I going to still be here when that happens? I don't know. We may move somewhere else, but we're just renting this home for now. But so spiritually, like every time that I've come to Missouri, the Kansas City area or gone to the church sites, I've always felt very, very good. And I don't know, maybe that's just the call to move here. I don't know. Maybe I would feel that anyway, even if we weren't gonna move to Missouri. I don't know. Like, let me know in the comments or in the chat if you've been to Missouri. Did you feel good coming here? For me, definitely did every time. And then moving here, it feels so good. So, like on the spiritual level, it feels good. But also, we did the whole homesteading thing and living in a small town, which was great. I would recommend it to anybody. I think that if you can, try and have different life experiences and see if living in a small town or the country is for you. Um, and I would not trade out these last 5 years living in South Central Kansas. I wouldn't. It was a really good experience, but I don't know if it's kind of like, when you're asleep at night and you have to like change positions, you lay on your back for too long, then you want to lay on your side or, switch over to your other side. I don't know if it's like that because I had a good time in Kansas, but like coming back here to like a big city, first time in Kansas City, but um, coming back to a big city, which is more what we're used to, Phoenix and Salt Lake, that feels really good. It was so crazy only having to drive like 10, 15 minutes to get to the stake center opposed to an hour, because our stake center at our old place was in Wichita and that was an hour away. And it's nice to have all the things here. all around us, like just short drives to all these places, Walmart, Costco, restaurants, and all this stuff. It's just, it's, I, again, I have nothing against country life, but it's like coming back to civilization. It's kind of crazy. Oh, the chat's still going, but okay. Sorry, it didn't just automatically go down. Um, Let me read some of these chats. Kathy Colton, hello from Oregon, with hearts all over her face. Lizzieisms, happy for you guys. Thank you. Sam Staples, hey from Utah, in all caps. Troy Howard, did you decide on your new welcome tagline? Yeah, I said that just like a minute ago, but you probably joined afterwards. I'm just going to do welcome to Christian Homestead. My name is Jared. There were a lot of people that felt that I should do that, and I think that makes sense. Eli, Missouri is amazing. You will love it. Thank you. I already do. Jojo Lulu, I liked it when I went to Adamondiaman. Lizzieisms, we lived in Jackson County, Missouri for 12 years. It was a challenging but awesome experience. We were called elsewhere, but I would love to go back someday. Well, I hope you do. That'd be great if you came back. You guys, I actually got to meet her, Lizzieisms. I got to meet her here in Independence last year. It just so happened that she was here, and we met at the visitor center, along with a few other viewers. We almost watched the eclipse together because she's in Oklahoma, and so anyway, but we ended up going to Kirtland. Feel the talent, enjoy your channel. Congrats on the move. Thank you. Miguel Alarcon says hello from Mexico City. Hello. Lisa Peterson, hi from Utah. Hello. Peggy O'Neill Salazar, have a great night's sleep. I'm just going to bed. Love and prayers for a good night. I love Heavenly Father. Thank you. And last night was actually a very good night of sleep. We were so exhausted. We paid for movers, but even so, there's just like all this stuff with moving, whether it's, packing up the boxes, unpacking the boxes, driving, thinking of all the little things like, oh, we got to turn this off and we got to turn this on and we got to do this and da 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 da, moving. My wife Jenica said that her therapist said that moving can be what did she say? Like it can be like to the same level as somebody grieving a loved one that's passed on, as far as like, I guess, stress. And then we looked it up today while we were driving, and there's articles about that. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it's always like, I don't know about you, but it's always pretty stressful on me. I think that's just normal. Bonnie Weston, so are you renting? Will you buy a place when you sell your other home? I hope you'll be happy there. It's hard for kids. Yeah, this home, we're just renting it for now while we wait for this other house to sell. It could sell quickly. Like, I think it's a pretty desirable property, which is what attracted us to it. It's a perfect, like, hobby farm. It's out, like, kind of like in the outskirts of town, but still within city limits. Um, so I don't know, but for now we're just going to rent this, and if we like this enough, maybe we'll see if the owners want to sell it. Because we're going through like a rental company. We've done that before. And with that other house back in Arizona, there was that opportunity where it's like, hey, would you guys be interested in buying the house? So I don't know. We'll see. I have no idea if we're just going to stay here the 12 months. I don't know if we're going to like stay here in Independence. I don't know if we're going to move to far west or some other random place. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll just have to feel it out. Brian S. Kramer, Sandy, Porky Baby, good luck to you, brother. Get after it. Wish you the best. I'm leaving Atlanta and going back to Ogden. That's exciting. I hope that you're looking forward to that move, and I hope it's a good thing for you. I hope you enjoyed your time in Georgia. I've never been to Georgia, but anyway, I guess I'll just do a quick tour, because why not? Right now I'm in the closet. This is the master bedroom closet. That's another thing. This house, like when we got the other house in Kansas, we were mostly focused on the hobby farm aspect of it. We wanted it was just like perfectly set up to have cows and chickens, and it was just an awesome property. The house was on the smaller side, and that worked for a while. But these last couple of years have been kind of rough because we have teenage girls, and teenage girls, and so we needed something bigger. But there's just like so much that we were dealing with that house that we now have. It's like it felt kind of like we were living almost in poverty a little bit because we ended up having to we it was like a 3 bedroom house, but our girls could not stay in the same room. Surprise, like we should have seen that coming. And so we gave them like our we gave it the 3 bedrooms to our kids, and we made this like what would have been a dining room or a living room into our master bedroom. And we never got a door on there. It was just like open from that to that. It was like such a weird setup. I can't go over the list of all the things, but this house is so just like up to speed and what we need, and it's enough room and stuff. So let me switch the camera around. Oh, let me take that off. Moving box in your face. Let me stand up. So this is one of the things we didn't have a closet because it wasn't actually a master bedroom. It, we didn't have a closet, you guys. There is a gun cabinet next to the bed that I used for my closet with these 2 sad nails, that look like this on the inside of the gun cabinet to hang up my like white shirts for church and stuff like that. Here's my army uniform, by the way. So now we have a closet, and that's nice. Here's the master bedroom. There's my son. So the master bedroom's a little bit smaller, but thankfully we got this bathroom. This is amazing. It's one of the ones where you have like the 2 shower heads, and it's just nice and spacious, and it's great. And I don't know, you guys, I feel like I need it. I feel like I need the space. I need a little bit of luxury. I've had so many people in my life that have like nice places to live, and now it's finally our time. Well, we had a good place back in Phoenix before we moved to Kansas. It was actually a good place. But here's the kitchen. It's just like there's a big counter right there, and then another one over there and stuff. They're fixing the window. And then I'm not going to do like a full tour, but here's like the main like the living room, and like this is supposed to be a dining room area right here. And that was like another thing. We got rid of our dining room table because once we gave the other room to one of our girls, and we had to take that other room and make it our master bedroom, we didn't have room for a dining room table. So we are without a dining room table right now. But it has high ceilings, and then you have like it's 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So that's going to be huge. No more struggling over the 1 bathroom that we had. So it's nice. Here's my son's room, but we don't need to go in there. Let's see. Let me read some of this. Let's see. Joni U says, Aloha from Hawaii. I'm from Ogden, probably never going to leave the islands. Happy trails. That sounds awesome. I'm sure it's hard not to be happy living in Hawaii. I've never been there. I'd like to go. So yeah, excuse all we're still unpacking, obviously. And we have to get we got the wrong length for that curtain, so we have to get one that's longer. But that's going to come through Amazon. Thank you. More concerned for you. Been praying for you and your family on your success. Your channel has helped me become an elder. Yes! I've screwed up since, but your channel has helped me immensely. Well, just keep it up. Just keep pushing. Don't stop. That's the key. I don't know. That's the key. It's like if you stop, that's when you fail. but you can always get back up on the horse. Okay, and then he continues. So thank you for that. Truly been blessed by you. Become one in Christ. Hello from Syracuse, Utah. Peggy O'Neill. Love this bathroom. Yeah, me too. Oh my gosh. That's like one of the places, you guys, that's just like one of my safe places, I guess, or a place where I decompress is just taking showers. Um, and that's another thing. Like we had like a small gym in the town that we lived in, and it was new, but it was small. It was small, and we want to get like just a nice regular gym membership, so we're gonna be doing that probably in a couple months once we like have all these like weird random expenses. I'm gonna go to the gym again, like a nice gym. Shelia Wheeler, congratulations. Borky Baby, deaf am not stopping, just a slip up. Still keeping to the basics of scriptures, tithing, and keep fighting. Yeah. And I think like the further you go, like the less likely it's going to be that you have any sort of slip up. It's just, I think it gets easier over time because you develop the habit of not doing whatever that thing is. So, yeah. Become one in Christ. More space and extra bedrooms are very nice with growing kids. Yeah. In our case, it was essential. I can't get into all the details, but something was going to go wrong. So this was a heaven sent. Monty Weston, I'm glad you finally have space. Wonderful times ahead. Lots to unpack. Bless your new home. Thank you. Luke Rollins, from Down Under. Good timing. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I just want to reiterate. Of course, a lot of you have already had these kind of experiences, but always consider mixing things up. Have new experiences because you never know what you're gonna like. Maybe you live in the city and it turns out that you actually really like living in the country, and you just never knew until you try it out. And nothing is ever forever. You can always change things. Like you may be at that place for a little while, but you can always come back to the city or vice versa. But I think most importantly is just I'm gonna sit down. It's just like listen to the promptings of the Spirit, and I don't know for sure. Like I would imagine that the Lord would prompt you where to live, but there may be some times where there's no right answer. It's just up to you and what your preferences are. But other times I think he does want people to live in a certain place, take a certain job, go to a certain school. So just always, my testimony is, pay attention to those promptings because the Lord knows way better than you do. He can see into the future. My graphic design business, it didn't even exist at the time that I was in high school. When I was trying to like figure out what my future was going to be, my job that I got into didn't exist. Like there was graphic design, but the type of graphic design that I do, the websites that I sell my designs on, it didn't exist in high school. But I followed the Spirit and took some scary steps, but I knew that it was the right thing to do because I received signs, had a good feeling, could feel the Spirit. And those steps did make sense, but it was just kind of scary. But it all works out. And I feel like this is working out too. I feel so good. It's been feeling so good being here. But it's only been a couple days now, so I'll give you updates as time goes by, but so far so good. It feels really good. Become one in Christ says, moving is so much work. Yeah. Which is why it would be so great if we like had the option to buy this house. As of right now, if I had to pick today, I would say yes. I would buy this house because I don't want to move again. I'm so tired of moving. I'm so tired of it. Living in Kansas, that's the longest that Jenica and I have lived in one spot since we've been married. Um, we've just like, it seemed like we were on this kind of like weird schedule, this like cycle of every like 3.5 to 4 years, like moving to a new place. And then in Kansas, I thought that that was going to be it. I thought that that could have been our forever home, and maybe we would like remodel it, add on to it, or maybe move somewhere in Kansas. But that was not the case, and I'm so happy. Borky baby, I took the government buyout. That's why I'm heading back home. Prayed and got the feeling to accept it. Still be going back to North Ogden and coaching baseball and golf and figure life out. Well, if you have that good feeling about it and you're feeling the spirit, then it will work out. I mean, obviously, like it's the way it's always been for me is sometimes there's like sacrifice and you have to go through unpleasant things, but it does work out. I know the Lord, He wants us to be happy on all levels, spiritually and temporally. And I think He does what He can to help us be happy temporally, but we also have to have our experiences. And that's like one of the things about living in the Kansas house that I think it was necessary for my whole family. The house that I grew up in wasn't that great. It was a mobile home. It was like a double wide, and whatever. And then once we got married, Jenica and I lived in better places. Excuse me. Up until this point, the best place that we lived in was in Phoenix. It was a nice new home. We kind of like this. We were renting it, but then going to Kansas, it was a very humble home, pretty small. Um, so many things that were just like in disrepair and just different odd things that we had to deal with. But I think it was like really good for my kids to experience. Because it helps develop character. It helps you appreciate the good things if you experience the bad. And that's why one of the reasons why we're here, right? It's not just supposed to be comfy and cozy our entire life. If it was, we probably wouldn't grow very much spiritually um, if that was the case. So I'm grateful that we had this time to kind of like be stressed out in that house. Although, like I said, a lot of it was good. It was really fun homesteading, but the house itself was pretty stressful. And I think that my children matured and grew because of it. I'm glad that they had that experience. But I'm glad that now we get to now we get to like enjoy this. Let's see. NM Flash 8 says, "Hey, I love your videos. I feel like most social media is a dumpster fire with all the political stuff going on right now. Your channel has been a nice breath of fresh air to just focus on the Savior." I'm glad. I'm glad. I want this channel to do as much good as possible. You know, it's become a significant part of my living, and I'm okay with that. But ultimately, this started with a prompting back on the homestead in Kansas. Just one day, I had stuff that I wanted to say about the Second Coming that I didn't hear anybody else talking about. There weren't a whole lot of like Second Coming channels back then in 2021. So I followed that prompting and just like recorded a video in the chicken coop, and I've just been amazed at how much it's grown, and I want to do the maximum amount of good that I can with this channel. And if any of you out there are thinking about doing a YouTube channel or Instagram or whatever, if you feel prompted, I would encourage you to do it. You know, uh, the Lord put that desire in you for some reason. You're feeling something, so I would uh, I would go with it. Whether it's social media or some other thing, you know, just follow the promptings. Follow the promptings, and have the desire to do the Lord's work. I think that it's like, well, no, President Iron, he was talking about that at BYU Hawaii, like I think it was like 2 years ago, where he was talking to these college age students, and he was saying that with the work of this dispensation, sorry, the work of this last dispensation, the Lord has work for you to do. And if you're willing to do it, He will give it to you. And you need to ask. Ask Him, what can you do? Um, and it could be big or it could be small, but I think all of us have just infinite potential. We're infinite beings. We're eternal. Um, and I think there's so much more that we're capable of than we'll ever know on this earth. But the Lord knows what you're capable of. And so if you just raise your hand and ask, what can I do? I want to help people get on the covenant path. I want to do whatever it is you want me to do. He'll show you. And I think he'll show you what your abilities are and what your talents are, what your spiritual gifts are. Elaine Farr, it sounds like this is a good move for you, although it's too bad you couldn't stay in Arizona. We miss you. I live in central Arizona. I'll tell you what, Arizona, that's like my happy place in the entire United States. I love Arizona so much. I love Arizona. I love it. Um, I also love like Vegas and southern Utah. I just like the American Southwest, the desert Southwest. I really want to go back there. I wish I could. I wish I could have two homes. If I could have a second home, the second one would be in Phoenix somewhere. The Haystack. We are looking at Missouri too. Yes, Haystack. Please come to Missouri if it's right for you. If you feel like it's the right thing to do. I really think that, and I have reason to believe this. I've shared it on the channel before. I really think that I really think the Lord is moving people to the Midwest, to Missouri for sure, but just the Midwest in general. Because so many times I've come across people who've moved primarily from Western states out west. Could be Oklahoma, Kansas. There's been a number that I've met that have moved to Arkansas. But I tend to think that just in natural ways, he's bolstering this part of the country at some point. At some point, the New Jerusalem, the physical, actual New Jerusalem, is going to be built up. Um, and that requires people. Eventually this is going to become the world headquarters, one of two world headquarters or world capitals for the kingdom of the Lord. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. My brain is like shot right now. It's going to be one of two world capitals. New Jerusalem, Old Jerusalem. And so you have to have people here for that to work. And so I think the Lord is moving people to these parts. Luke Rollins, what is your closest temple? The Kansas City Temple. It, and that's awesome. It's only 17 minutes away. It's only 17 minutes away compared to 2.5 hours to get to the Oklahoma City Temple. There's a temple being built right now in Wichita. So if we had stayed where we were living, the Wichita Temple would have just been an hour away. But here, it's only 17 minutes away. If you want to include the Independence Visitor Center, which will become a temple in the future, part of the 24 temple complex, then that's only like 5 to 10 minutes away. But anyway, Luke Rollins, no way. Oh wait, okay. I think he's responding to somebody else. Become one in Christ. Jared, you do help share the gospel with so many people, and you've been inspirational to many people who have started channels. Thanks for all you do and sharing all your hard work with us. Thank you. Do my best. Do my best. I'm not perfect, but try and learn from my mistakes and just do my best. The haystack. My wife just returned from looking at homes in North Carolina and Tennessee, but a ton of homes opened up in Missouri. So now we are looking there as other locations diminish. Yeah. Um, when we were looking to buy land to homestead, um, we were looking at Texas because that's where I was stationed in the military, and there were a lot of good deals in Texas at that. This is back in 2020. Um, but we expanded our search, and one of the places that we looked at was Missouri. And I don't know about now because I haven't looked, but Missouri just had so many. There were so many houses for sale that had acreage just like all over the state at like good prices. I don't know what it's like right now, but I'm pretty sure it's better than Utah or anywhere west of Kansas. Um, yeah, you guys, if you want to do the homesteading, Missouri, I think is a great state to homestead. There was this homesteading channel that Jenica used to watch where it was a couple that actually moved from Phoenix to Missouri, and they were just talking about how great Missouri is for homesteading. I guess there's like very few regulations when it comes to like building stuff on your property where you don't really need inspections like you would other places. They're really relaxed with that. So, I mean, do your research. I'm just like relaying what we heard on that other uh, YouTube channel. But I don't know. I think Missouri is really good. The haystack. We want to be near a temple. Well, in Missouri, you got the St. Louis Temple, you got the Kansas City Temple, and then I think I don't know if it's under construction. I don't think it's been dedicated. I think it's either just announced or under construction, but there's the Springfield. Is it Springfield or Springville? I think it's Springfield, Missouri Temple. That's going to be the third one in Missouri. Allspark 23, hello from Yuma, Arizona. We got Arizona in the chat today. Gosh, I want to go back to Arizona. Oh my gosh, I love it there so much. Okay, Baystack. Our only concern is home insurance prices are much higher, so we need to do a spreadsheet and work out if it's cost effective. Perfect day. Jameson, Missouri is a good place for homesteading. Yeah, I would love to live up there. If Carrie Peterson says Springfield, okay, so it's Springfield. That was my first guess. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, Jameson is the closest town to Adirondack. It's a teeny tiny little town. It can't be more than just like a couple hundred people. And I got to go like not only tour Adirondack, but the area around there, including Jameson. And my friend Tamara that lives by Adirondack, she kind of like showed us around. And there was a guy in her ward where they were going to go, I think, on a mission and rent their house. And back then, this was like last year, she told us about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, should we do it right now? But it just wasn't the right time. It didn't work out, but I would have loved to have lived in Jameson. Critzy 4, waving from Florida. Elaine Farr, Springfield, Missouri. My cousins live near there and are so excited. They moved to Missouri from Arizona in the 1970s and have really strengthened the church there. Awesome. That's great. I can't wait to explore, Independence and the Kansas City area, and then just Missouri in general. I'm so excited. It's going to be easier for us to go and like make a trip to Nauvoo, which I've never been there, but I really want to go. We almost went last year, and then it should definitely be closer to winter quarters in Nebraska. I'm gonna make content that involves, here in Independence and Adamandayaman and Far West, you know, just for the fun of it. If nothing else, just like little tour videos, just like walking around and just doing a video at those places. Hans Mill. Aunt May Vlog says, we are in southern Alberta, Canada. I keep looking at Missouri in that area of the U.S. I grew up in Orem/Provo, Utah, but don't want to go back there. But hubby wants to stay here and retire 10 years. Well, just pray. If it's in the Lord's plan for you to come here, then, and you have the desire to do it, and you work toward it, then it'll happen. Maybe the Lord can do something to where it just that path opens up for you. Or it could be in your case that maybe it's no right answer. It's just, up to you whether you want to do it or not, you and your husband. Let's see, the haystack. We found one rural town east of Adamandayaman, but census shows the town shrinking by thousands year after year. Next week, I'll be on Mormon book reviews talking about Adamandayaman and covenants. Cool. There's like I don't know if it's the same town, but I think, let's see, you said a rural town east of Adamandayaman. There's a town or a city east of there called Trenton, I think. And there was like a story of like, I can't remember if they were Tongans or if they were Samoans. But there was like this family leader, kind of like the head of like a grandfather, like head of the family, head of like, not like a tribe, but like whatever. He has like a big family, and he was like looking for a place where his grandchildren could go to school. And I can't remember all the details, but basically all these like Tongans, I think they were Tongans, decided to move to Trenton, Missouri, which is not too far from Adamandayaman. It was a really interesting story, and I'm sure that they were definitely inspired to go there, because Polynesians, they're descended from Nephi. They're Nephites, essentially. I have a bunch of quotes on my quotes A through Z spreadsheet if you want to look at it. Go down to the topic Polynesians. So that's kind of, I thought that story was interesting. Patsy Reinhardt, hi from Blackfoot, Idaho. Sorry I missed your home tour. That's okay, just rewind if you want. It was pretty short. I mean, it wasn't the whole house. No, look, I'll just do it again really quick. If you just joined, sorry for all the, we're just moving in right now, but here's here's our kitchen right here. And then there's the main entrance, and then here's the living room and dining room, whatever. And then got a couple bedrooms up there, and a full bath, and then a full bath down here, laundry room, and then 2 bedrooms, and then closets. That's the pantry, fridge that we have we had a technician over today because it wasn't really working that well, but we're gonna have to wait until Monday probably to get the issue fixed. Here's our main bathroom, which this is like probably the biggest perk for me, because I just, with all the stress that I have, I need a place like this to decompress. And showers is usually how I do it. Showers, going for drives. And here's where I'm going to be making my videos from now. So I guess whenever we do live streams, this is going to be the background. Something like that. Not as nice as what we had before. But, and then we went from having no closet at all in the other house. Our master bedroom wasn't really a bedroom, so it didn't have a closet. To now having just a nice big closet. Oh, the stress levels are going to come down living here in so many ways. Okay, well, we've been going for like 40 minutes, so I'll probably wrap it up. Any last thoughts or questions or anything that anybody wants to talk about? Um, yeah, May Vlog says Trenton, Missouri is Polynesian members. I was checking into, and Gallatin. Yeah, Gallatin is also, yeah, that's by Adamonte. For anybody that doesn't know, there's some church history in Gallatin. Sue Heath, Jerusalem will be one of the capitals when Christ comes along. With New Jerusalem, exciting times are ahead. Yeah, for sure. Perfect Day, Trenton Branch just became a ward. Many Tongans. Okay, so yeah, Tongans. The Haystack. Yeah, there's a huge poly community in Missouri. AI was looking at Brookfield. Barbara Neville, Wolfgram family, Tongan. The Haystack, super nice. Aunt May, so happy for your new move. How are your teens feeling about it? They love it. They love the space. They love having their own bathrooms, and pretty soon they'll be going to the school. So we'll see how that goes. Tomorrow's gonna be our first day in our new ward. We'll see how that goes. They had a really good time at the steak activity, so that's good. Benton, Arkansas Temple is in your area too, says Bruce K. I wonder how far of a drive that is from Kansas City. Ruby Hatcher, Trenton used to be a branch, but it was just made a ward. Tongan. At May Vlogs, awesome bathroom too. You have a spot on the back wall to have a small shelf or picture there for your videoing background. Yeah, maybe I'll probably put that Christ picture up, or I don't know. I'll talk to Jenica about it. Bruce K. There's a lot of myth versus doctrine in the whole Independence, Missouri story. Yeah, for sure. Sam Staples, Arkansas is where I've been promoted to move to. Cool, awesome. Like in the military or something like that. Janet Manning, what are we talking about tonight? Well, we're pretty much done talking, but I was just, sharing my experience moving here, initial thoughts, gave a quick tour of the house. Deborah Hecht, Jared, happy for your family on your new home. Wishing you all the very best. Thank you so much. And then Penny Tidwell says, this will be the last one. I just finished watching your last two videos. Holy smokes, you guys move fast. Hooray. I can't wait to hear all your new experiences. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I think good things are ahead. I really do. I'm really looking forward to this next general conference, and like always, but I have that spreadsheet of all the stuff that seems to point to this general conference. So I think it's going to be a good time here in Independence for me and my family. I think that this is going to be a good year. I think that this upcoming general conference is going to be really good. So I just think we have a lot of good things on the horizon. So thanks for joining me tonight. I have a couple of videos that I've already recorded that are scheduled for tomorrow and Monday. And then after that, I'll start making my first videos from here. So, but thank you all. I love you guys. And I'll talk to you later. Have a good rest of the weekend, and have a good Sabbath tomorrow.